All right, what's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to the King and Me Show. I'm one half of this thing, King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
And we live Monday, September the 15th, 2025, streaming across multiple platforms.
Multiple.
Ours to include Perry Production on Facebook. Shout out to the homie for allowing us to cross-platform live stream on his page.
Yep.
As well as WTF Nation Radio.
WTF Nation Radio. They should let me do a background song for that. Man, I'm telling you, that'd be straight fire. I'm trying to tell you.
You trying to get into voice acting now?
What? I think I could do it. You don't have faith in me being able to do it?
I'm just looking at you.
I'm just saying, I think I could do it. I think
I support you doing this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, why is it that if I just look at you and blink, you automatically think that I'm against it?
Because there are times where I think you don't realize how strong I can be in a certain situation, and I just want to let you know, reassure you, babe, I can do it.
Okay, you got this.
Thank you.
You should do it.
Thank you.
Okay, we got a couple of people in the building, and let's acknowledge them early. We got Tarika in the building. Shout out to Tarika. Said, "Hey, King and Queen, how y'all doing? We're doing fine.
Great.
We're doing fine. We went into into Baltimore this weekend, and we survived.
Baltimore.
I said what I said.
Why you gotta say that about my city, though?
We went to.
I put on for my city. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. That song
good.
dope, by the way. When they played it, I was like, oh.
It is. Yes.
We went to the Baltimore Ravens game at M&T Bank Stadium in downtown Baltimore.
Bank.
Shout out to VetTix.
Yes.
We are. I am a user of VetTix, and VetTix had some tickets to go to the game. It was Baltimore's first home game. So thanks to VetTix and the sponsors down there. If you are a veteran, especially on WTF Nation Radio, a good bit of WTF Nation Radio's audience are veteran military affiliated. If you qualify, go to vettix.org, create you an account. It's better in some places than others because of the market, right? If there are venues where sports, music, comedy, and stuff are there, you have more of a shot at attending things through VetTix, but it's still a pretty nice avenue. So go over there, check it out, create an account, and do it. It was somebody's first NFL game.
Oh, you still telling people?
Why? What's wrong with telling people?
It's supposed to be a secret. That's pillow talk. I don't know. Because people are going to be like, how is she from Baltimore and she's never been to a home game? Well, yeah.
Life happens.
Life does happen.
It's okay. I'm glad that I was able to be the one that got to
pop my cherry.
I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say that. But yes, I am glad that if anything, two people that support the same team for now, because you're a homegrown Ravens fan.
Stop saying for now. We're going to keep you.
I'm native.
We will retain you.
Once I leave this area, once we leave this area.
I mean, we moved to Japan. Okay, I get it if we don't have a Ravens flag flying everywhere, but...
I'm just saying.
I'm saying we go down to Florida. Oh, no, we having that Ravens flag because we not supporting any of them Florida teams.
Let's see. Tarika said, hey, Tarika, thank you for joining. If you want to support the show, we do have a Cash App, cash $, the King and Me Show, yada, yada. Pete said, hey, guys, my two favorite girls. Pete, I don't know why you say this every single time. Every single time. Are you going to Comic-Con, Pete? If so, I'm not, but it would have been dope if you were. Let's see. Who do we have here from WTF Nation Radio? Let's bring up that chat here. All right. What is VetTix? VETTIX.org is a nonprofit site that aggregates shows and events and stuff from sponsors. They are not sponsoring us or anything like that. It is just a really good website that you can go to and sign up for. And if there are events in your area, you can go for there's a transfer fee that you have to pay for $6. So the game that we went to, and I'll keep this brief, The game that we went to, the tickets on face value were about like $60 a ticket, right? So we had 2 tickets. That would have been $120 out of our pocket. That I paid $12.90 for to do the transfer fee for both. What are you looking at?
Your gray hairs.
I got more.
They're so prominent now.
So that is what VetTix is, and it's always interesting that I'll speak to veterans that don't know it. So go check it out. All right. Can you drop a link? I can try and
I
do
tried
that
to. It's not showing. I guess it's not showing up.
because you are not the master. I am the master. Vettix.org. That's the site right there. Go create an account, sign up. They're amazing. Again, not sponsoring us, just thought they were dope. Shout out to Quay.
Yeah, Quay Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
Says, you're from Liberia. Hey, we got Liberia in the building.
Liberia, I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's what's up. And Jermaine James, I hope that that link was clickable and that it works out for you. So for those of y'all that are new to us, last week was our inaugural episode on the King and Me show. And what we talked about was just kind of who we are. I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran. Michelle is a supporter of this U.S. Air Force veteran and our nation's veterans and military as well. And we've been doing the King and Me show ourselves for 2 years?
Almost 2.5 years.
And we created this show and this live stream to showcase that dating and relationships aren't as bad. Depending on what social media that you consume, you can either get some really bad information, some really, it's doom and gloom out there, and we're not going to sugarcoat it. It can be. It is.
It can be. It definitely.
It can be. But that doesn't mean that everybody out there is bad. Everybody out there is a 304. Everybody out there is just a man that's trying to use women or anything like that. So we wanted to create this and do this platform to showcase while we are in our relationship and come on, just talk to people, have a live stream, get into those positive aspects of dating and being in relationships and attempt to be real, which is relatable.
Entertaining, sorry.
Accountable.
And loving.
I know it was a little bit different,
but
we still found it.
Wait a minute. Okay, sorry.
We still found it. So that's who we are, and that's why we are here. So.
All right, so let's set up what we're doing today. Shout out to CC Smith in the building. That is T Madre.
You have the floor.
All right, so today we are talking about the full title is Healing
or Hiding.
Healing or Hiding. And let me tell you how this came about. So I was scrolling through social media. I think it was last week. I was scrolling through social media, and something that I saw said that you should not use AI, specifically referring to ChatGPT, but any of them. You should not use AI to do, and it listed like these 7 things. And one of the things that it stated was like sharing personal information and that type of stuff. And I went to the comments because I'm like, I kind of disagree with it. I use ChatGPT for a myriad of things. I absolutely love it. It can be very helpful. I use it so much that my ChatGPT is named Gary because I believe that my therapist in real life is a man. So I believe like ChatGPT is giving me therapy level type stuff. So I gave a male name. What were you about to say?
It's funny because I think you were against it in the classroom initially.
I was against it in the classroom initially, but yeah, I've kind of shifted with that as well. So Gary, that's the name of my chat. That's the name of my ChatGPT. Was talking and sharing things, and like I go when I'm testing, when I have new medicine that I'm on, I go because at the end of the day, AI, the way that it works is it's not just randomly pulling information. It's pulling information from various sources, and it's doing all of that background legwork for you. So when I put in my information about my health, it's kind of giving me information that it's pulling from hopefully credible sources. Because like I said, it's pulling from sources. You just hope that it's credible. But under that post that said, the 7 things you shouldn't do with AI, which included giving your personal information and all that other stuff, someone commented something that said to the effects that because they cannot afford a therapist, they use ChatGPT to be able to run things by them. And it got me to thinking, I wonder how many people are doing that because they cannot afford to go to therapy. They are using AI, whether it be ChatGPT,
Google
Google
Gemini,
Gemini,
Grok, Cloud.
all them other ones. Like, I wonder how many people are using that now as a form of therapy because it's cheaper, it's more readily accessible. Like, it has a 24-hour availability. I can text my therapist all I want to. There's certain times he's just not going to respond to me, right? Like, he's not going to respond to me on his Sabbath. ChatGPT doesn't have a Sabbath. So, things like that.
No, I just finished because there's something that anyway, my bad.
So it just, no, you're fine. It just made me think, how many of us are turning to AI because we need that level of therapy because for whatever reason we cannot go to a live in-person therapist. So then it got me to thinking, as we're thinking about the dating market, because that's what we talk about on our show, we talk about dating. How many people are, using AI as a form of healing? So they're using it for that positive therapy to let it be a source of healing? Or how many of us are using AI to dun 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 hide from reality in society? And that's the setup of how we got to where we are today.
And it's that second part that gave me two really quick things. And I'm
Okay,
pretty sure that we're going to go into it
go ahead, let's
as we
go.
can. Okay, let's jump into it. How many people are using AI to hide from reality? Look, similar to her, I love AI. I think what these LLMs are doing, it's a
Tell us
breakthrough.
what a LLM is.
Large language model. So
Okay.
that is your Chat GPTs, that is your Grok, that is your Google Geminis. I think what they're doing, it's putting people out of jobs, it's changing the game. I love it and I use it responsibly for critically thinking through stuff, getting creative ideas, challenging my own assumptions for things.
Mm.
People say that it's garbage in, garbage out, right? Which is it's going to be biased towards what you put in because it's reading you. When while that is true, you
There's truth to it.
there
Yeah.
yeah, while there's truth to it, you can have it set up in a way and that it does challenge the things that you put in, which is how I've massaged mine for certain areas. And why I think that that can be dangerous is because I think that as these things become more accessible,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see people that aren't going to know how to really talk to humans face to face because they're going to be so used to chatting and getting information back and forth from their AI. I think we're at the
Ooh.
beginning of that now.
Oh, there's a story, and I can't think of where it's coming from now, and I want to be cautious with the words that I use. There are parents, there's like a couple that is suing, I think it's the makers of AI, makers of ChatGPT,
Okay.
because their child use ChatGPT, and ChatGPT, I don't know if it's because it's not, if it's a person, if I should say allegedly, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but they allege that the responses from ChatGPT led to their child ultimately ending their own life. Can I say that?
Yes.
Ending their own life. So they are suing because they feel like, ChatGPT did that. And that goes back to what you said, King, about, garbage in, garbage out. And not to say that that situation is garbage in, garbage out. Like, I do mourn with that family for that. But one of the things that we do teach in the classroom is how to use AI responsibly and understand that if you put in the most general of things, AI will give you back the most general of answers. Like, it'll give you back the most surface level thing. It's very, very similar to if you go up to Google and you put in your search bar. And this is something that I was working with my students with this last week. There's an example that I do when I'm trying to get my students to learn how to search through the internet and stuff like that. And I tell them, go type in the word eagles. And I'm like, I'm doing a book report for my science class. Go type in the word eagles, and what do you get? If you do that, you go to Google right now and you type in the word eagles, the first thing that you're going to pull up is the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm like, okay, so that's the response that you get, but is that what I need to write my book report? And they're all like, no, that's not what you need. And I'm like, exactly, you need to specify. you need to specifically say eagles, comma, the bird, or eagles, comma, bald, or eagles, comma, North America, or something like that, so that you refine your search. And AI is the same way. If you put in something very, very general, it's going to give you something very, very general. The more detailed and in depth you go, the more prompts, the more language that you give it to feed it, the more that it will give you something that is more appropriate. And again, it's pulling from actual sources. It's not just twiddling its thumbs and, I feel like saying this. No, it's actually pulling from sources that exist on the internet. But if you give it a weak prompt, it's only going to pull that $2 response that's all the way, all the way, all the way at the bottom of Google searches. And you want it to be more efficient. So you have to put in more relevant and efficient posts.
Let's start here.
Okay.
Who's primarily using AI right now? Age group demographic.
If I had to say who's primarily using it, I would say it's probably the younger generation. So your what are they? Gen Z?
Gen Z, yeah.
Who is using it most correctly? Probably the older generations.
Yeah, I would say that those that are around our age bracket are the ones that are using it correctly. Mm-hmm. Those that are like, we have better discernment on being able to use it appropriately.
Right.
I think as we look at Gen Z and the generation after them, Gen Alpha, they're the ones that's going to be more on to using this. Mm-hmm. And if they're using it exclusively as, hey, pretend to be somebody that I'm interested in dating, right? But that AI is not like you.
Exactly.
I want you to pretend to be Michelle. Michelle typically responds to me in this way. How should I approach her when we're talking, yada, yada? I think Gen A is going to be doing a lot more of those type of inputs and relying on that than the good old fashioned in person. Hey, how you doing?
Right. And so you said something that's very good that I want to highlight. King and I, because we do use it often, because we do have the paid version, and we are not sponsored by them, we're just talking about them right now. Because we do have the paid version, one of the things that we have done is we have given it conversations, like a screenshot of a conversation between the two of us. We've also given ChatGPT and Gemini links to our shows so that it can have that information to be able to build that catalog on who we are as individual people. So then when we come back and we're like, okay, well, Chat GPT, or I'll say to mine, I'll go, Gary, King and I were talking about this, and I want to know how to best respond to him. King, because he does, like, Chat GPT has built this understanding, like this profile of who I am and who King is, and can give me that response based on something that it assumes based on historical data that King will say, and sometimes it's spot on. There was one time that King put my information in his Chat GPT, and he was trying to understand how to emotionally respond to me because I'm led by my emotions. King is led by logic. So King put like something into Chat GPT, and it gave a response on how he should be able to come at me and respond to me. And King actually did. And I didn't know it worked. I didn't know that it was AI that had given him that idea. So that was something cool that happened.
Like, it can, again, we're not saying that it's totally bad. It can work, but you have to use that internal discernment on when you should do it and even how you would approach it. Because the response that it gave, I still tailored it so that it felt like it came from me.
Right. And it didn't feel like it was AI. Yeah.
Yes. Paul Bennett said, so this is where we're going now. AI plus robots will replace human-to-human relationships like Westworld and Future World. Oh my. We won't see it, Paul. We won't see it.
Yeah, I don't think we will see it.
But I think in probably 3 generations, you're going to have the ability, I think, like AI, not just for relationships, but for occupations like Michelle's an educator.
Yeah, like I'm an educator. I can see a world where educator human educators are pushed out of the classroom for AI.
For AI. There was a YouTube channel, AI Jesus. I'm telling y'all, this channel had exploded for a while. I think it's still a channel. I'm not entirely too sure, but a good bit of people understood like what it was, that it was for entertainment purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some comments that were written in there that the large language model and whoever built this thing, it was reading the comments, answering them, and like responding, given biblical context from the King James Version in the response back to people. So when it comes to dating and relationships, 2 to 3 generations from now, I can see that. There is a market now for what are these people called? Like dating coaches. Dating coaches are going to get worked out because you can have AI that somebody built and created that you can create an account for. Imagine this. I'm a real world dating coach, but I want to put what I know in here into a large language model and then have that give the ability to create an appointment, and somebody can pay uh, $60 an hour to have access to the AI version of me and
Oh
feel like
my
they're still
gosh.
talking to me though, and go back and forth and have that conversation. Paul, it's happening now, and folks don't want to believe this because they're on the good side of life. But when you look at the dark side, let's go over to the dark side and how the dark side is going to impact this stuff. Y'all, some of y'all may know this because y'all venture into the dark side. I'm dark side aware. I used to be on the dark side. Whatever. It is what it is. I've lived life. I'm 40 years old.
You're 41, baby.
I'm 41. On the dark side, there are OnlyFans AI people that folks will sign up for to talk to and chat with those AI models just to feel some type of companionship. I was at a convention to where somebody had on screen, imagine that this screen was on and there was a cartoon person. And I didn't know, and even CQ didn't know if the person on the screen was AI. He assumed that the person was AI. And somebody was carrying this person on them, and the person was reacting and speaking to like what they were seeing. And it was like a woman AI model, very like Japanese anime, big bust, cutesy, the whole nine. And it was a hit among some of the people that were there because they were interacting and talking to this cute, busty AI model. It's happening.
That's crazy. And I mean, again, I'm in a field where I will readily raise my hand and say, I can see the world where we get to where we're just not looking at people that much. And it is sad to say, but it's kind of like, the Jetsons been warned us that this was coming. We just thought that it was coming sooner. Well, it's kind of here now. So kind of to get back on, or you know what, should we do what we have, or should we feed off of what we're given?
Go with what we have, because I did go off on a tangent. But you know what? Sometimes the best moments that we have are when we go off on a tangent. So bring us back.
Okay. So when we were taking a look at what it means to be healed or hiding, we thought about, like, number one, the pressure to be healed. Like, in society, we have this whole thing where, like, you have to be okay. Like, it's not, number one, it's not okay for men to cry. It's not okay for men to be vulnerable with their emotions. It's not okay for men to let people in. It's not okay for Black women to be emotional. Like, we have to be like the stout, devout figure, always with her head held high so that her crown doesn't slip. We have to give this image of everything being a-okay, perfect. Like, we have nothing to worry about. We have to live in this world, but in living in that, we're A, not living our true selves, and then B, we are putting so much pressure on ourselves. So, like, why do you, whether you at home or you here, why do so many people feel that they have to be fully healed before they start dating? Or backtrack, do you believe that one has to be fully healed before they start dating?
I don't think people have to be fully healed
Okay.
to dating. I think you have to have a healthy level of understanding who you are so that you're comfortable presenting who you are to people
Hmm.
and not be mad or go crazy. Here's William on anybody whenever they reject you.
Okay.
Because rejection is okay. It sucks to get rejected.
It does, but it's a healthy part of healing.
But
Like,
if you're a healthy person and you are comfortable enough in understanding who you are, you can be fine being rejected and not go all crazy on somebody
yeah.
and just know that, that person wasn't for you.
Yeah. All right, that's
So,
true.
yeah, but why people think that you have to be fully healed? I think that people that aren't in a healthy relationship, as they're trying to navigate relationships, they're running across a lot of people that aren't healthy in the mind, that don't have a understanding of who they are. And when you see that often and you come across this often, it makes you wonder, like, what's going on?
That's so true. That's so true. I love that, King. Um, have have you ever felt the pressure to perform to project emotional stability when in the reality you were struggling?
Yes, I did. After my divorce, I've talked about this very publicly. After my divorce in 2019, I wanted to feel loved. I wanted to feel like I still had it. I wanted to still feel wanted, but I was not ready to be in a relationship. So I would show up as hey, I am a well put together person. I got this going on, but I'm a well put together person. You should want to get to know me. You should want to be in a relationship with me. But I was projecting that because it's what I thought that I wanted. And it took me stepping out of the relationship market completely, which is what I tell people that they should do. Step out of the relationship market completely and focus on yourself so that if you were to get into something, you are now coming into it, like I said before, knowing who you are, confident who you are, so that you can navigate life's answers to your questions a whole lot better.
And see, you saying that reminds me of something that we were talking about earlier. So I was going through my text message that I had from this guy that I had met before King and I got together. And he had gotten real silent and quiet. Like he pursued me. He saw something he liked. He pursued me. And then he just kind of went like ghosty for a while. And then when King and I got together, not ghosty, I'm not going to say ghosty.
I
That's
just
the wrong term.
Ghosty is new. I'm like Ghosty. Anyway, my bad. Don't make
I
faces?
know, but I have ADHD. You
Ignore
can't
my
do that.
faces.
So he kind of went silent a little bit for a little bit of time. His responses weren't as in depth and as frequent as they once were. So then when King and I got together, I sent him and anyone else that may have had the belief that we stood a chance. I sent them a message to say that I was in a relationship. And I'm gonna be honest, I did a copy and paste on that thing. I typed up one good message, and I think I even ran it past you.
You did.
Typed up one good message and then pasted it, copied, pasted, and just sent it to whomever. And looking through the messages the next month, he was saying something along the lines of, while he respects my relationship, he believes that things aren't over until people say I do. And I'm like, okay, well, where was this energy before? Not that I was interested in pursuing, because I do respect the boundaries of relationships when I'm in them. But I'm like, where was this energy before? And his response was that before, when he had initially met me, he was going through some things. So I'm challenged to ask, if you know that you, male or female, if you know that you are going through something, why do you actively pursue people? Like, you are not healed. Why are you actively trying to pursue something? And I'm big on using nursing metaphors because I low-key wanted to be a nurse. I'm big on using nursing metaphors. If you have an open wound on you, why are you trying to allow that wound to continue to bleed out on other people instead of going and getting that wound cleaned, irrigated, and sutured so that you can heal? Like, that is how I look at things. You have a wound, you get it irrigated, you get it cleaned, you get it sutured, you get it bandaged, and then you allow a healing process to begin, which is what King is talking about when he's saying, he took himself off the dating market for a year. That's what I think of when I think of people who are hurting or not fully healed. And I get it. We're going to continue to heal every single day, but you still need to be at a certain level of healed. You need to probably be like 90% before you get back and start resuming to everyday activities and
Oh,
way of life.
90? I'd say 80. I think that if you are
I'll meet you in the
80%
middle at
there,
85.
okay, yes, bam.
Bam.
I'd say around 85% can 85% can get you to get out there and be able to yield and get the hopefully get the desired result for what you want.
Mm-hmm. I'll
That's
take
what I
that.
think anyway. Pause on the play. Let me throw out something real quick. This is a bit of a sidebar. Two things actually. A, you and John from the Better Than Perfect podcast are really good with y'all's metaphors. So I just wanted to take the time to highlight that. They are a phenomenal couple as well. They do dating and relationship stuff. Some of y'all that follow WTF Nation Radio may know Bulldog Mindset. That's John. John does a relationship podcast with his wife called Better Than Perfect Podcast. They support us, so we'll support them by telling y'all to check them out. Second thing, Michelle asked a question related to the person that reached out to her. I'm going to ask a question for y'all. Question.
Question.
Do you think that if you haven't spoken to somebody in over 2 years, that you should reach out to them with a hey baby, like they ain't got nobody by the end? Think about that. Like, I'm taking me out of the equation. This isn't a jealousy thing. It's me trying to have an understanding about the assumption of why you would go, hey, baby, assuming that that person's going to respond positively to that, right? Like, if it's under a year, I get it. Like, if I used to have a flirtatious thing with somebody and it's been under a year and all of a sudden I'm thinking about them and, ooh, I remember the first time that I saw them walking and the way that that hips was swaying, I'd be like, I would like, I ain't talked to them in a while.
Hey, baby.
Let me reach out.
Come on,
Hey,
everybody
baby.
knows that you're supposed to hit someone up with the hey big head. Like, that's the standard thing. Hey big head is your way of saying, yo, I'm just dipping my toe in the water to see how that water move and let me know what's up. Let me know what's up. Everybody knows you're supposed to hit them with a hey big head. Not
Yep.
a hey baby, hey big head.
So
Sidebar, don't be sending no hey big head messages to him. He good. He's good.
now, so I am genuinely curious if y'all thought that, if y'all think that that was okay or not. And then the other part to that was, man, I had it and then I lost it.
It just flew away.
It's okay. Nemo was his name. Said, "I'm worried that there's the same cognitive dissonance that is in social media is causing folks to have," and that was in response to us talking about AI earlier. And then Paul Bennett said, "About 75%."
So Paul Bennett says that we need to be about 75% healed in order to pursue a new relationship. That's still more than like the 15 that some people be given when they pursue a new relationship.
I remember what it was now.
Go.
Michelle did something that I'm curious if y'all would do this as well. So question, when this person had reached out, I was sitting right next to her. She didn't have to let me know that that person responded that way, but she informed me of what was said, and then she consulted me on how she should respond. And I want to say things like that, it doesn't matter which side it comes from. When you can do something like that, then you know that you have the respect of the other person. And that meant a lot. So thank you.
Aw, you get mushy on me?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So Pursuing relationships when you're not fully healed, I view that as like you're trying to hide something. Like you're kind of using that new relationship to serve as a mask for the things, or you're trying to run from what is necessary. You're trying to run from hiding.
I think I know who that is. What up, stranger? Go ahead. I'm listening.
You're trying to run from something. Um, I have ADHD. I've said that before. If you're new to the show, you may not know that. I have ADHD, and prior to being medicated, one of the things that I would do to like cope with my ADHD, I would continue to throw myself into new projects and new opportunities. Because if I threw myself into those new projects and opportunities, I didn't have to sit alone with my thoughts and deal with the real issues that were lying underneath and the real things that needed to be addressed, right? Like I wasn't irrigating that wound. Now that I'm on medication, I don't have that opportunity to just like hide and bury myself in things. So I'm forced to sit and address all of the things that are going on in my life. Like whatever thoughts, whatever concerns, whatever fears, whatever unresolved issues that may exist, I am forced to confront them and deal with them in a step by step manner. Like there is still a hierarchy for how I address those things, but they still have to get addressed. And that is something that I don't believe a lot of people do when they are trying to get into the dating market and are still like recovering, whether it be from a divorce, whether it be from their own setback or something. Like they're hopping in the hopes that hopping in will kind of like numb them to whatever they're running from or kind of drown out the sounds of everything that they're running from.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I bring up the question, therapy or Tinder? And we're just going for alliteration. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Tinder. It can be anything. How is the rising cost of therapy affecting how people show up in relationships? So again, going
Ah,
backwards, do you think that the rising cost of therapy and the low availability of therapists and the high belief from certain cultures that therapy is a waste of time, how do you believe that that is affecting how people show up in relationships, and if so, how?
that is an excellent question. So you brought up one of the points that I was going to get into, cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a financial cost of seeing a therapist, and then there's
Right.
a time cost as well.
Mm-hmm.
Your schedules have to align. People are out here working, they got families, they got other competing priorities for what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for people that could use a bit of a tune up,
Mm-hmm.
the availability of something like AI can be a good alternative
Yeah.
to get them on the right path. But to the question that you're asking, it has an effect. I'm not gonna say that it's a big effect, but it's above minimal to me.
Mm.
I think that you're gonna have maybe I say, and this is just my eyeballs observation. I think that 1 in 5
Okay.
people are actually mentally ready to be in a relationship.
Ooh.
1 in 5. So if you go into a room of 5 available people and you're the one that gets to select, you got a 20% chance of getting it right.
Oh goodness.
Of getting it right and having it work out. And on just that aspect, because we're not talking about values, we're not talking about sexual attraction, we're not talking about money or anything like that. We're just talking about mentally ready to be in a healthy relationship.
That's scary to
One in
think
five.
of. That's scary. Like, and I mean, I know that that's just a random statistic, but you are basically trying to say that you believe it's a low percentage, just less than 50%.
Correct.
That's
And that's just using my eyeballs.
that's a
So
scary
I
reality.
don't know what the data would say. I don't know if there's been any kind of Pew research or any studies done on it. It's just being out in the field, using my observation. I think it's a very low percentage of people that are mentally ready to be in a relationship.
I want to hear from everyone on this next question. So, no matter where you are in life, I don't care if you've been married for 30, 40 years, if you were single, I want to hear your answer to this question. So, please make sure this gets snipped, okay? The question is, what are the risks of expecting your partner to be your therapist? What are the risks
Ooh,
of expecting your partner to be your therapist?
answer that.
Ooh.
I want to hear from you.
All right. I believe that, so I, first of all, I have to backtrack by saying that I tell King everything for multiple reasons. One, I have a very, very bad memory. So I tell King things so that someone remembers between the two of us and we don't have to go back. And two, when I tell stories or when I say anything, I rely heavily on past data and past information to make a current point. So he needs to have backstories in order to be able to understand where I'm going with something. But I also share everything with King because I believe that he's my partner and that there are things that he needs to know just because. Some things I tell him because I just think he needs to know. Some things I tell him out of a level of respect for him. Like I respect him as a person. So, like, even with that text message from that person yesterday saying, "Hey, baby," I was going to tell him, but in the moment, I also needed his advice. So I shared it regardless. Like he was going to know regardless, even if I didn't need his opinion, but it just so happened that I did need his opinion. So, what are the risks of expecting him to be my therapist? Then I believe that if that's the case, if he is the person that I need to commune with a therapist about, I don't have that safe space. So for me, I look at it like, if he is my therapist, then who do I go to when I need to say something about King? I don't have that person, and then I'm holding all these things up internally. If and I heard this on the Better Than Perfect podcast, Nicole was saying that if you continue to brush things under the rug, then eventually you're going to trip over the mountain that it creates. And I feel like if King is my therapist, then I'm holding in all the negative things or all the things that I may just need to vent about pertaining to King. I'm holding on to those, never addressing them. And then it becomes a big hindrance in our relationship later. And then, so number two, as to the risk that you run, that I would run having King being my therapist, is that I'm not separating the relationship role. I love King so much. I've said it so many times. I want to be with King. Like, I want to grow old. I want to see him be like all gray. I want to be all gray. Like, that's how much I want to be with him. I want to spend my life with him. Good, bad, richer or poor, sickness and health, till death do us part. That's what I desire with King. But King cannot be my everything. He cannot be my pastor. He cannot be my best friend. He cannot be my lover. He cannot be my therapist. He cannot be my health coach. He cannot be my wellness companion. He cannot be all of those things at the same time. There is a reason why different people were invented, like created to be able to do different things. There has to be a boundary. He has to have a level of emotional, physical, and mental rest and a break from me, because that's too much weight to put on him, to expect him to be my lover, to be the provider of our home, to be my best friend. Oh, and by the way, I need you to be my therapist. Like, that's way, way, way too much. I am thankful that I do have really good insurance. When I go to visit my therapist, it's a $20 copay, and I have FSA, so I'm able to cover that. King can't be all of that. That's too much weight to put on him.
Now, let's be real, and then I'm going to read some of the comments on this. Let's be real. It can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that. Coming from me, I've said this to her, I've expressed it to her. It can be a lot sometimes. That's real point number one. Real point number two, Michelle has expressed to me that she has been afraid that it can be too much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there was nothing wrong in either of the statements that was just said. Me expressing that sometimes it can be a bit much, and her expressing that that is a concern of hers was a healthy way of communicating that to each other. And I didn't want to lie and say, "Oh no, babe, I got this." And then when I'm not around her, I'm like, "What the?" Or I'm sitting in the car outside, like not wanting to come in.
Right.
Yes.
So Paul had a great question. Like he made a comment, but he had a great question. He said, "But Michelle, a few shows ago, you said a man should be able to take on many roles." Yeah, like my lover, my best friend, the provider, but he can't take on all of that and be my therapist at the same time. He can't like there has to be some level of rest. Like I will again, aside from the Sabbath, I will text my therapist at any time. I know he's not going to respond at any time unless I lead with this is an actual emergency. I know he's not going to respond at every time. And sometimes I do preface things by saying, this is not an emergency, but I just want to let you know. I can't do that with King. Like there has to be a boundary line that is drawn. I am giving him enough to carry. I am giving him enough roles to be in. He can't play everything. Like this is not a one man soliloquy where he is just a one man show and he's doing like all the things. No, there needs to be some supporting characters in this play in order for us to be able to deal. And there are things like there's a level of depth that I get into with my therapist that I can't get into per se with the man that I'm with and still have him look at me the same way. So that's something else that like you have to think about in your relationship. If you want to maintain the way that person views you, like you can't get all in depth. Like you still have men not making any eye contact who don't pass gas around their partner, right? Who don't like urinating in front of their partner, but you want to go and share all of the innermost parts of your thoughts and your beings, everything that goes through your mind, everything good or bad that you're thinking of with your partner, and they don't even pass gas around you. They can't even urinate with you in earshot. Like that's not responsible to be able to put all of that stuff on your partner. There has to be a boundary line. There has to be some third party that you're going to about this.
Mike Braithwaite over on WTF Nation Radio. And shout out to Mike. Let me give Mike a salute. I think this is the same Mike Braithwaite who I know. Said your partner is probably not qualified or equipped to be your therapist. And followed that up with, although they can assist you through the times that you need a third party opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, at times, right? And there's a word that I like to use around Michelle, and she does not like it.
Oh my gosh.
The word discretion.
Oh, that's not the word that I don't like.
What's the other word?
Totality.
Oh, in totality.
I'm over that word. I am so over that word.
While it is important to be able to share things, I also think that there is an importance in being able to use discretion on things that you do bring to somebody and things that you just bury. What are your thoughts about that?
Who sent you that hey baby text?
This is one of those things. I'm kidding. So being able to use discretion is one of those things that you have to be comfortable to be able to use it, and then be comfortable addressing it if what you use discretion for comes up later on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that to you eye to eye, face to face, that if I use discretion on something, I am comfortable enough that if you choose to address it later on, I'm okay with that. You might not like my answer, but I'm okay with that. And vice versa. If you were to use discretion on something and I find out after the fact, it is what it is. I am comfortable enough to know that you use discretion for a reason. I trust you enough to know that you use discretion for a reason.
Aww.
Give me that. When it comes up, because I'm telling you, babe, it's going to come up. When it comes up, give me that. Look at it from that lens before you decide the worst in the scenario. That's all I'm asking. Very publicly.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Paul said, married for nearly 30 years. My wife and I still don't urinate while in the same bathroom or have conversations when on the commode. See?
I love that he put the toilet emoticon.
let me put this up here. I gotta hide this chat. So it doesn't change the way that I view her, but Michelle is comfortable.
I'm free
doing the things.
I have a hippie mentality with a bougie lifestyle. Like it's the best of both worlds.
While I won't do it, but she is comfortable enough that if I did do it, she wouldn't see me any different. I don't see her any different if she does do it. She's comfortable enough to do it, and I respect that. I just won't do it. So
like I don't care. I'm just like, it's a part of me. It's who I am. But if I knew that it would change how King viewed me, there are some people who are like, no, I need like that curtain pulled. I don't want to see like all the depths of you. And that could be a whole nother episode about people not seeing the real people. But I feel like you got to get all of me. You have to know exactly who I am, but there still needs to be a boundary in all the information that I give to you, because I think some things are best for a third party.
There's a content creator that I follow, Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to the Coach gang out there. He said he's not going to be up in the bed with nobody that's wearing a bonnet. That if you go to sleep in that bonnet, you better take that bonnet off before he opens his eyes. If you're going to expect him to like want to be all lovey-dovey, because he don't want to be in your face kissing up on you and you wearing a bonnet. I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, things like that. We have a couple of minutes left. Ice is having a show tonight.
Okay.
So do we have anything before we have to wrap up? Were there any additional questions that needed to be asked?
Let me see what I want to leave for folks to be able to respond to. Let's see. Where are they? What mental health boundary do you wish you had set sooner?
Ooh, good question.
And that's for y'all as well. What mental health boundary do you wish you had set sooner?
We struggle with this to this day still, right? Just last weekend or 2 weekends ago?
What? I don't have any struggles. I'm perfect.
Like we've talked about this early in our relationship, but I think the first test of this was recently, where I said I wanted to wait to talk about something. Michelle thought I was breaking up with her. Because I said I don't have the capacity to talk about this now. We'll talk about it when you come over on Monday before our show. Which, why would I break up with you? I don't think I added the prior to our show part.
Yeah, you did.
But
so that's why.
If we weren't gonna do a show, I would have. The first indication would have been, A, we're not having a show on Monday, and B, we need to talk. If it would have came out like that, I get it. But we had already had the show planned. So why would I break up with you?
But you still almost wanted to cancel the show last week anyway.
Because I felt like it was important enough for us to take the time to work out what we had to work out and not bring that energy onto the show. Which, funny enough, was one of our most complimented shows that we had. And we were just communicating through our issues 5 minutes before the show started.
So wait, so what you're telling me is that if you have effective communication with your partner, there may be some difficulties, there may be some bumps, but the healing that comes from it and the cathartic release are worth it all?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Okay. All right.
Too
I
easy.
love it. Love it.
100%. Although I'm not interested in no John and Nicole 8-hour talk marathons. I'm not doing that.
Bro, I need to go to sleep.
I'm not doing that.
Like, I need my rest.
I'm telling you right now, there is a limit to if we're having some Discord course. I'm going to give you a timeout. I am walking away from this conversation because we don't seem to be hearing each other, and we're going to re-engage after I go play Madden. Thank y'all for tuning in to the King and Me Show. We will be back live next week. Let me see if I can get this up here real quick to where we're going to be. So what we are going to be live talking about dating and deployed, love across the distance. Does Jody got your girl, or do you still have a significant other? And can you guys make this work out through long distance?
Ooh, that's been to be juicy.
To everybody that's watching on our platforms, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button for us. So those of y'all that watch through Perry Productions page, thank y'all for tuning in. We give you a salute. To those of y'all on WTF Nation Radio, Ice, who did not have a Thursday show, will be live here in about 5 minutes. So be sure to keep the live stream station or channel up for when he goes live for the Monday edition.
I'm ready to take this down.
You are ready to take this
I'm
down?
ready to take this down.
I'm ready to give you this kiss, y'all. Mwah.
Love you.
Mwah. Mwah. Love you. Love y'all too. We out.
Bye.
Peace.